Our top story today from the GatewayPundit.com. January 6th political prisoner Jake Lang has been released from prison after 4 years and 5 days without a trial. We're talking about this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today from assistant editor says that a political prisoner, Jake Lang, has been released from prison after 4 years and 5 days without a trial. Listen to this. Well, it turns out directly here that J6 political prisoner Jake Lang has been released from prison. Jake spent 4 years and 5 days behind bars without a trial and without due process. There he is. It turns out that my fiancée Rachel shared the news on X. My fiancé Jake Lang has been released from the DC gulag after 4 years. All glory to God. Now, Jake spoke with reporters after his release, discussing what was going on. He'd been held hostage for 4 years. Take a look at this clip and tell me what you think about Jake directly, speaking with reporters. Here it is.
The masses are woken up. Unfortunately, in America, people, just like in any other regime, in any other countries happen, they have to see and feel the visceral pain. They have to hear the stories from the gulag to wake us up. It wasn't something, this freedom that we're now enjoying with the President Trump victory would not have happened unless the Jan 6ers had suffered in the gulags, knowing what was at stake when we went to the voting booths in 2024. It was something that you had to feel and touch. American people got intimately, viscerally responsive to real modern day tyranny. This is not powdered wigs in our founding fathers in the textbook. We saw them kick down the doors of people and raid homes and drag grandmothers out into the street. It was no longer pages of history. We knew what was at stake if we continued to allow the Democrats and this deep state regime to take over. And we mandated and pushed back at the voting booth, which we did in 2020, but it counted in 2024. And that's all that counts right now, because I'm home and I love my girl right here, my fiance, and I'm so happy to be home. And it's a blessing. It is such a blessing to be around you guys.
Right. And we are happy he's home. I mean, look, these people have been held under political persecution for far too long, and their abject hostility, that was placed towards them has put into perspective the fact when we talk about, these dictators like Putin per se, that we say are problematic. And the issue with this is that, look, these people are freed from prison, but their lives are still messed up, right? They're not freed from the consequences of being pushed into, a direct position of being consequence-free. Their jobs are messed up. Their reputations are messed up. I mean, there's a lot of things that we still need to discuss and figure out on how to bring restitution, reparations. I know that's a crazy word for right-wingers, but bring restitution and reparations from the United States government to make up for the pain that they were put through. And, as we talk about this, it is important to say, we got to be strong in these next era. That's why, obviously, legendary Republican and, of course, fighter for freedom Chuck Norris was on a video recently, and I was shocked by how strong he was. Look, I honestly am only 31, and people say I look older for my age, but I found out he was in his 80s, and he's still kicking butt and working out and staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. Now, he says that he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's even never felt better. She says that she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Now, the reason how you're going to find out how to do this for yourself is that Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure that you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/pundit or by clicking in the link below the video. It'll change the way that you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/pundit and click the link in the description below to watch the video now. You won't believe how simple it is. That's watch this method now by clicking the link in the description box below at chuckdefense.com/pundit, chuckdefense.com/pundit. Check it out before it's too late. Now, that being said, in the midst of all of this interview, it does turn out that Trump announces a visit to struggling North Carolina, abandoned by Democrats. Mike LaChance reports. We have the video for you here, and you got to check it out, where he talks about that he's going to be visiting them and what this means for our community. Listen to what he said.
We're going to take care of Los Angeles. I'm going there. I'm going to North Carolina, which has been abandoned by the Democrats. And I'm going to North Carolina, very importantly, first. I'll be there on Friday. And then I'm going from there to Los Angeles. And then I'm going to Nevada We're going to take care of Los Angeles. I'm going there.
Yeah, he says, I'm going there. So we're going to take care of Los Angeles. We're going to take care of Nevada. I mean, the reality is that, Trump is already going and fighting for the American people more than anybody has. As Trump announced today that he is going to visit North Carolina on Friday, noting that the people who are still struggling there have been abandoned by Democrats, particularly as we saw from FEMA, where in their directives, right, this is the emergency aid group, were told to overlook actual Republican houses that had Trump flags. Now, from there, he is going to visit Los Angeles to survey the damage that the fires have created there. And that is what leaders do. It's a concept that was completely forgotten for the last 4 years while Biden was in office. He also said that he plans to visit North Carolina in the upcoming days and revealed to reporters that he would be visiting Los Angeles. We're going to take care of Los Angeles. I'm going there. Trump's comments came months after communities in western North Carolina, such as Asheville, the village of Chimney Rock, and Swannanoa, were faced with devastating flooding and destruction from Hurricane Helene. President Trump announces that he will visit at the video we just watched. Now, these people must not be forgotten. Without this platform, Western North Carolina would have been completely forgotten, period. Every single one of you refused to let the story die. You never gave up on fighting for us. And today, President Trump told our story to the entire world. Thank you very much. Things are going to change now that Trump is in charge again, and it's already so incredibly obvious. To see the fact that Trump actually cares and is talking about, going out to Los Angeles to help the very people who fundraised, right? The people in the Pacific Palisades, I'm from LA, I'm very familiar with it, are the people who not just vote against Trump, but legitimately these are the people who actually campaign and give money so that he doesn't get into office. These are the Kamala Harris diehards. And the fact that he's going to fight for all Americans is a reminder that he is indeed a centrist, right? He's fighting for the core of the American people. And that's what Biden doesn't do. That's what Democrats don't do. They fight for their own only. Is it our own weakness that we'll still fight for people who hate us? I don't know. But in light of the State of the Union and describing what we're going to do, I think America will reach a golden age if Trump keeps this mentality. Because I don't know if California gets destroyed, will we really have a great America? That's where our tech centers are. That's where a lot of our industry remains. I feel like California leaving behind the whole country. Maybe I'm biased because I'm from there, but I'll let you decide. Now, that being said, how problematic. Anna Navarro from The View calls Snoop Dogg a trained SEAL for performing at the Trump inauguration. Nothing like black people telling other black people that they are trained animals for having free will and doing what they please. I'm getting kind of tired of listening to these hosts at The View, and I use that word host lightly. Listen.
Them, and it was so many other people. The thing that really, I think, was spotlighting Snoop is because of the things that Snoop Dogg said 10 days before the inaugural in 2017. And so, look, if you opposed and stood up against Trump in 2017, but you were there now, if you spoke up against Trump January 7th, 2021, but you were there now applauding him like a trained SEAL, Donald Trump has not changed. You've changed.
Yeah. I oddly agreed with Ilhan Omar on this. I think it's the first time I've agreed with her. I don't come for the artist. It's the same way I felt about Carrie Underwood. I think that people see it as part of American tradition to be part of this. They can issue statements if they want to clarify what their views are on Trump. I don't like coming for the artist. I think if you feel like people need to be boycotting Donald Trump, which I disagree with, I'd go to the politicians. I mean, if Barack Obama can show up for him, why shouldn't Snoop Dogg?
Right. So, newsbusters aside, I mean, this reality of what we're talking about here is that these people continually just want everyone to fall in line. They don't want anyone to think for themselves, particularly if you're a person of black skin, if you're Hispanic. But most importantly, they don't want us to talk about the freedom that we're all facing in this country, which is, that we can decide and do what we want. It is rather frustrating that, people are not given the free will to think and to act and to do as they please. Now, that being said, one last grope. Joe Biden gets handsy with Melania Trump at Inaugural. And of course, this was ignored by the fake news media. Check out this video that we can play right here. Here he is at the inaugural address.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Oh my
right, there
God,
he is.
bro.
And, you got to love the slow motion there, right? Just a little bit of a boom. I don't know. It looks like a hug to me. It doesn't look like a grope. I feel like sometimes we're reaching a little bit in these articles. I feel like there's, more we can be upset about. And that's not I don't know. That's not anything. giving her a hug. But don't leave it up to the Me Too movement to not accuse him of that. I feel like we're overreaching as a society when we accuse people of things they're probably not guilty of. And obviously we know, look, he's old, but nobody likes getting older, especially when the muscles weaken. It makes activities harder and less enjoyable. I'm sure he doesn't love, being up there as like a 97,000-year-old man. But look, a lot of us are getting older, whether we like it or not. What if you could actually get stronger with age? Now, celebrity fitness trainer Tony Horton at 66 claims that he's found a simple method that takes just 1 to 2 minutes a day, allowing people to feel stronger and healthier in a short time. Now, age-related muscle loss, which starts between 40 to 50, is natural, but can hinder daily tasks. People lose about 0.5% to 1% of muscle mass annually, contributing to increased frailty and vulnerability to falls among the elderly. Horton, known for training stars like Bruce Springsteen, says his approach can combat this muscle loss and even build new muscle. His method has reportedly been so effective that it's the subject of a viral online report. Viewers on platforms like Facebook have shared positive feedback, with many feeling stronger than they have in years. Horton encourages sharing this video to help others to get stronger themselves. Now, individual results may vary, but you can learn more by visiting tonyprotein.com/pundit. That's TonyProtein.com/PUNDIT. That's tonyprotein.com/pundit. You've got to check it out. This video will help you feel stronger even into your old age. You're not going to want to miss out on this opportunity. Make sure you go watch that video now. Save the link as well if you don't have time for it, as you might want to find out this trick if you do want to lose, if you don't want to lose any more years to feeling weak and you want to get your strength back. Now, that being said, Cassandra McDonald reports that Trump removes John Bolton's Secret Service protection. Check this out. President Donald Trump has removed John Bolton's Secret Service protection after stripping him of his security clearance on day one. Bolton, a neoconservative war hawk, was granted Secret Service protection by Joe Biden in 2021. The disgraced former national security advisor fired by Trump in 2019 whined about losing the protection in a post on X. I'm disappointed but not surprised that President Trump has decided to terminate the protection previously provided by the United States Secret Service. Notwithstanding my criticisms of President Biden's national security policies, he nonetheless made the decision to extend. Bolton also wrote that he is not surprised that Trump decided to terminate the protection previously provided by the United States Secret Service. His criticisms of President Biden's national security policies, he nonetheless made the decision to extend the protection to me in 2021. The Justice Department filed criminal charges against an Iranian Revolutionary Guard official in 2022 for attempting to hire a hitman to target me. That threat remains today, as well demonstrated by the recent arrest of someone trying to arrange for President Trump's own assassination. The American people can judge for themselves which president made the right call. Now, look, it doesn't really matter the details of this. The point of the matter is that John Bolton is a traitor to this country. He's a war hawk. He's got so many people killed. And it's like, look, we're not going to waste our time spending money protecting people who aren't looking out for the best interests of this nation. He's not a president. He's, an appointed individual. And in the end, if the president thinks that he's not a target, then he's not a target. And I know this is kind of, a questionable position, especially for a lot of people from what happened to Trump. But, they did try to kill Trump. We have no actual death threats towards John Bolton that I know of right now. Not to mention the fact the only death threat I'm worried about from him is his death threat to the entire country, as he wants to get us into war with Iran. Good riddance. Anyway, I'm Elijah Schaffer. Don't forget to grab your own mug club right here, mug at thegatewaypundit.com. It's embossed, it's heavy, it's weighty, feels good in the hand, and it's great to use every single day. To the rest of you guys, have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.